Welcome back, my spicy friends, to another episode of Planet Nomads. Now, I have been doing a lot of work since last episode on trying to get the base platform done. And what happened was, as I started to get closer and closer, like I'm working on the edges, then I started just, okay, I'm going to redo all the grids and started working my way in. And got towards the middle, I was like, I don't know if I want to build the tower in the middle anymore. I think I want to change it up. So I have changed it to be more like a, flight control type tower thing, where this is where the tower is going to be and everything is out there. So basically, I'm thinking about three production areas. So I'll have one on each side and one in the middle. And that way, depending on how big of a vessel I'm creating from a blueprint, I could do one on the sides, or I can use the middle and create just this massive vessel from one of the workshop designs and have plenty of room for storing everything and just worry about that later. So I've already started mapping out everything. I actually went through and mapped the entire thing. This is dead center coming from that, and I left a gap on the edge because I am going to build walls up around the edges. I'm not sure which structure design I want to use for those yet, but I have already started. And you can see here I have some columns, some legs, some power, struts for support. I'm hoping I can get away with just these. If not, I will add more underneath. And you see I've got the basic concept going in terms of I want power generators hanging down where I can walk up and be like, oh, hey, I can access if I need to. And then they're all going to chain along through conveyors to a central point on the floor on each side that has cargo boxes for extra fuel storage. And that just feeds them. And then the fuel storage will be filled from the next floor up where we have refineries. Now, I have done 3 corners out of 4 because I wanted to make sure to show what I'm using for this. Because when I first saw these column designs, I was like, where is that block? I can't find it. And finally, I saw one picture somebody had of their base where they actually used it in the way that I could see the other side. And I found out what it was. And it's just this little piece, this corner piece, reinforced outer wall corner. And it's a matter of, instead of doing it that, like this way, where you might have it where it's the corner enclosing everything like that, you do it like this. So it's just 4 of them together, back to back, creates a nice little column look to it, a little support leg. And of course does add a nice little visual look to it. Not too expensive. Now, I am also already building the floor, the first level, and I am using ceiling tiles. I would love to use the foundation tiles again because they are cheaper. You get the same thing here, costs twice as much for the ceiling tiles, but we do not have a foundation with the conveyor blocks. We don't have a foundation that will work with conveyors in that regard. We have to do some kind of special thing with the connector. It has not worked for me in the past. Might work for some of you, but I'm not going to try that. I'm just going to leave it open so I have ceiling panel conveyor joint. So all I have to do is swap one of these out for conveyor joint and be done with it. So that is basically where we are. And that little structure is just for knowing where the middle part is, in case I want to have that be where the conveyors connect up, or if I have it where what I'm thinking is on both sides. But I'm going to go ahead and get some more construction going on the floor. I do have some. I've had to kind of cut back because I was going so fast that could not keep up anymore. And it ran out of iron, so I had to go get more. And it slowed me down a bit, which is another reason why I decided I'll just wait so I can take the time and dig all that out. But for now, we're going to use this spot for the command tower. And so I could go ahead and try maybe get the basic setup for the power production going today. Okay, so it's nighttime, but I have finished half of the platform and gone ahead. I've measured out basically, there's going to be walls on the outside, and then the middle section I want to have at least as a clear walkway for everything. So I've decided I'm going to put the 2 conveyor connectors here. That way I can actually have 2 trunks coming down, like the back quadrant here and then the forward quadrant, so everything can kind of be split. And then both of these will still connect So I kind of want to go ahead and mess with that part, which means we need to get some connectors going here. And obviously I'm assuming I'm not going to need much more than that, but we'll go ahead, we'll do the all-around connectors because, hey, why not? You know, if I need more, I can always expand outwards instead. And so there we go, there goes that. And I did do red on the blocks just for now so I can see them more readily when I am working with everything. And then we need connectors between them so they can connect together so that they're interlinked underneath. And I need more mechanical parts, of course. All right, there we go. Now, so that means anything that connects through this one will still be connected to the same group over there. So basically all of the power generation devices, whether it's a uranium generator or deuterium generator, whatever it is, all those can be linked along here. My basic plan is to have switches for control. So I'll have like a switch here that feeds all of these, a switch over here that feeds these, and then they all point to a middle switch that's on the other side, and that is used to basically pass power everywhere else. And then what I'm going to do is have switches for, like, on this side it's going to be production stuff, switches on this side of the tower are for this type stuff, and I'm just going to really be careful how I structure everything power-wise and name them, so that gives me some sort of control over it, especially once I put in a control panel. I can go and be like, oh hey, main power switch off, and then cut power to the entire base facility from there, just from turning off that central one. Or have it like first floor, you know, right side switch, first floor left side switch, whichever, you know, I can have it done like that, like north side, south side, and then turn off half an entire floor if I want, or turn the whole floor off. I want to have that kind of functionality, basically. And I'm thinking I'll do the control panels and lights on their own separate stack of switches so that they stay on all the time, and I never accidentally cut power to my control panels and lights, and unless I, of course, turn off the main power switch here, which will be if I'm leaving the base for an extended period of time and don't want production going. But we have this going, and I want to have some kind of storage underneath. Now, I could simplify things by placing down a massive container here and making it, you know, the connection point, which, let me see if I can, yep, I could rotate it and connect it in like that. So there, that would connect into at least, well, not both of them, it'll connect into one of them and not the other one, but it would still be connected, and that can be strictly for storing fuel. That's, of course, overkill for the amount of fuel I really need, but at the same time, it would simplify the storage arrangements. But for now, we're going to just do like this. And I don't have to worry about connecting them on the other side because they're already connected between them. So that gives me 6 cargo boxes worth of fuel storage, which then can then be the overflow for all my fuel production. Because again, first level is going to be fuel, refineries for producing fuel and things like that. So, let's see. I've got some power in here, 55 hours, because I'm only powering this light just so I'd have a little bit of work light here and make it stand out a little bit, not just plain. But we do have this generator, which was just to set that up, and then the switch. So now it's time to actually start putting in some generators, and because I have such rich uranium resources up there, I am going to be building the uranium generators rather than the deuterium generators right now. And I'm thinking, because of how much room I have, I'm going to do this line being just uranium, and then later on I'll add deuterium generators to this side, the inner track, and that way I have even more production, and I can then set it up with like, oh, I got water pumps out there or over here, pumping in water for producing deuterium power, because that is, I mean, fairly efficient. I think I had a refinery on here at one point. I don't think I have one anymore. But yes, I'm gonna get supplies and start doing some generators now. All right, I have got 4 generators set up now, and I decided to just go with 4 for now because It's going to be like later on when I expand this over, I'll have a row of generators here. If I really need to, I can make these more compact. I could take that out and have a row there. I could swap this out and extend it over, have another row right here, and have, you know, 2 more, you know, sets of generators for both the uranium and deuterium, just because I need that much power. But I don't think that's going to be a problem with just doing it this way, because 5,000 watts of power each, that's 20,000 watts of power right there, just in these 4. And then I have the other row there to do. I'll have the other size there. So that's just doing it this way, not adding anything more than 4 per side. That is 80,000 watts of power for this base. And I'm going to go ahead and we're going to swap things out. I'm going to take it down. We're going to try to do, let's see. Oh yeah, left alt, there we go. Yeah, I wish they would fix things in this game where it's like, hey, guess what? Now you can choose to drop just 1 at a time. Things like that. They need to change the stacking method. But all right, there we go. Okay, I'm just gonna do 4. Let's just do 4, and I'm going to drop in 4 of them. And immediately, all 4 generators have taken a single rod, which is perfect, exactly what I want. And this switch, I'll show you, is named Power Gen Southwest because it's the south side and the western quadrant. So Southwest, and that means I can always add more generators like the other generators over here. And then I have the main power brick right here. Simple enough. Main power brick, it controls everything, which means at this point, what I should be able to do is, let's just, for the sake of testing, find where I've got my lights stored. There we go. There's a light. I could put a light right here and a light over here, just for now, just for showing things off. And oh well, I don't have enough glass, so we'll take that one out. All right, so I can sit there and be like, hey, you know what, we are going to connect you right here, and there we go. Tiny bit of light coming off of these 4 uranium generators, which guaranteed are going to say not infinity, but a long time, 222 hours just to power that one light. And that was 4 enriched uranium rods. I've got stacks of 100 sitting up there waiting to be transported down here and used. So, oh yes, I'm going to have plenty of power here for this sort of stuff. And I did mark in yellow for right now kind of the distance I want. Like this is, you know, 2 out here, 2 out here, 2 out there, 2 out from the very edge. Again, I will have walls, so it lines things up very nicely. But that means now it is time for me to, I guess I need to go ahead and start working on getting some more stuff done here. I need to take stock of what inventory I have, because I will start burning through my other inventory now that I am no longer going to be just, you know, producing the platforms themselves, the foundation. So I've got all these I'm gonna have to go through now, which means I'm gonna have to get some other stuff producing very shortly. And I still have a ton of the basic frames and the plating Mark 1 being produced right now to finish off the other side of the base. But actually, you know what? We'll go ahead and take that 60 stack. And even though I have nothing being powered, we'll go ahead and dump it in. So as these need additional power, as I start adding stuff, I won't have to be like, oh wait, I forgot to add more uranium to it. So there we go. When they run out, they'll take more. And that's kind of the idea. I want to have that as basically the repository there, is everything stores there, and then when they need power, they pull from it. But everything is going to be linked, so basically the power is going to be evenly distributed across the base on all generators. And these will pull from that side as well. This is where that side will be fed. And then ultimately what I'll probably do is I might actually shoot one of these out that way as a link all the way across the other side, so they're linked together as well. But they should technically, I should be linking them up top as well too, so all the production can go. I may actually have everything just kind of go up the back middle over there. So, well, I'm going to think about that, where I want everything to kind of run up. I may just have to link everything along the two sides, the north and south, and put it all here in the middle where these connect back, because I want everything interlinked. I don't want to have to worry about certain direction for certain things. I want everything interlinked so it can go whatever direction it needs, pull from here, send the completed to here, whatever. I want it all tied together as effectively as possible, because that makes things work so much easier. Well, I have worked all through the night and half of the next day getting not only the rest of the platform finished, but also getting the remaining uranium generators in place. Now, I've already got everything done. The switches are in place. They're named. They're connected up to the central power brick. Everything is done. And I went ahead and made connectors for the conveyors between them so they'll share power. And there's... each one of them is charged with one rod, and then the rest of it is like 24 and 24. I kind of just, for aesthetics, split it between the two. But I am out of iron back up there in my production area, at least. I think I might be out of, or almost out of, carbon as well. And I still have a lot of building to do. I need to do the first floor walls at least this week, and I do want to have like some windows. I also was trying to place some stairs here because I want to have it where I walk in. I'm thinking what I'm going to do is actually build stairs down from this point and have doors here. And then up top will be a set of stairs that goes like between each floor. So you could just, you know, walk from one floor to the next inside. So I've got to at least get the walls up. I'm going to start thinking more about how I want to connect the refineries, like the arrangement, because they will have to be, of course, coming off of this right here where they connect up. And what I'm thinking is on this side, on the walls here, I'm just going to have both power and conveyors that go up. So it'll be one side where power goes up and another side where conveyors go up. And that's going to be how I split some of the power for each floor. So there'll be like one side, like north side will be, you know, north side refinery, or refinery north, refinery south. That'll be the power for them. And then there'll be a light connector that goes to each one. So basically it'll be like, oh yeah, here goes these. And I kind of want to have it where I have a basic backbone going, and then the refineries and, you know, fabricators, things like that, split off of the backbone so I can turn any of them off without it affecting the next floor up, kind of thing. So I've got a lot of thinking I need to do this week, and experimenting a bit with how I want to set this up. But more importantly, right now, I need to go get some more resources from my mining side over there and get my fabrication going again up on the south ridge there, because I have no iron. So it means no more basic frames and plating right now, which I need a lot of. But yes, I've got at least the power structure done. And next week, after I get everything sorted kind of with the refineries, all I have to do is go and take uranium from my nice little mining site up there, dump it in, and let the refineries go to town. Basically set them to like 9,999 uranium rods each, and just dump in all the uranium I have and let it just keep going and going and going until I run out of room for storage of power, and I have more power than I know what to do with on the base. But that is going to be it for today's episode. If you enjoyed the episode, be sure to hit that like button. Leave me a comment below with any suggestions for the power methodology on all this. And of course, let me know what you think about the base design with the tower so far. And if you have not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you can keep up with my content during the week. But as always, I'm your host, Mr. Spicy. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to keep it spicy this week, and I will see you in the next video.